Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be a project video, and in this video we're going to build what I'm calling a compact card wallet. I had a customer come in to the shop and met him, real nice guy, but he had a little wallet that he was carrying that he had picked up somewhere along the way and years ago, and it was literally falling apart, but it was a really cool design, very simple, but he kept all his cash, his cards, and everything in that wallet. He could carry it in his front pocket, didn't take up a whole lot of room, and so I really liked the design. So I told him, I said, let me try it, because we haven't done a new wallet on this channel in quite some time. So that's what we did. So this wallet is very simple, just folds in half there, and then it's got 3 pockets basically on each side, and so it'll hold a good little stack of cards, and then you also got room in the back. He kept his money on the very back there. Fold your money in half, slide it in there. It's just something kind of real simple. I carry my wallet in the front pocket as well, and our bifold that we do, that many of y'all have made, it's just a little bit big to be in the front pocket, but it still works. I still use it that way, but I'm excited to build one of these. So we're going to go ahead and make this in this video. There's also a pattern pack for this wallet, as we usually do with any of our project videos. So if you're wanting all the measurements and some tooling pattern options and things like that, you can certainly go to our website using the links down below and go ahead and grab that if you want to. But let's go ahead and get started and make a wallet real quick. Okay, so we've got a piece of 4-ounce leather here. This is a little bit heavier than 4. It's probably closer to 4.5 ounce. You don't want it too thick. We're going to make this thing kind of compact and easy to fold, so we want to stay around that heavier 4-ounce type leather there for the back here. Now I'm going to cut out all of our interior pieces here, and this is just out of some goat skin, so it's about a 2 to 3 ounce. Anything of that weight would work fine for these interiors. We are going to use a bell skiver to skive the edges, but just don't want it too thick or heavy. So now I'm just going to prep our wallet back here so we can get it tooled. We're going to do some floral tooling, so we want to use something back here to keep that from stretching. We will remove the blue painter's tape, but that's just going to help keep that back from stretching out while we tool it. Now I'm just finding center line here. Going to get all our borders figured out, and I'm going to leave the center, the spine of this thing blank. Now here I'm just using some dark brown 5-Bings dye here, Pro Dye, and I'm just going to do a 2-tone dye job on this little wallet. I think it's going to look real nice with that color interior that we're doing. So now I'm just going to set up the bell skiver here. We're just going to skive the outer edge of all of these T-pockets and the bottom pocket and that kind of thing. And that way the edge of the wallet is nice and thin. We don't want it too bulky. Now I'm just going to use double-sided tape here. That's the quickest way to do wallet interiors instead of using glue, is just use some double-sided tape. You can get this at Maker's Leather Supply or on Amazon. And we're just going to put little pieces there and get ready to install these pockets. Now, if you'll notice here, when we do that, we've got an opening right there. And so I decided to go ahead and cut, and this is in the pattern pack, but it's just a little piece of liner there. We've skied around the edge of that too. That's just to cover that spine area so that it doesn't look so unsightly seeing the flesh side of the leather. Now, as we install these T-pockets, you need to sew down the bottom edge of that just to keep the cards from going through the pocket there. So that's all we're going to do here on this first set, and then we'll install the next T-pocket as well. So now we've gotten that sewn. Now we'll take our second T-pocket and we'll just pull the tape off and we'll install that, and then we'll also sew the bottom of that one down before we put the bottom pocket on. So as you can see, I sewed that down as well, the same way we did on the first set of pockets. That's just going to keep the cards from going all the way through. That's all that's doing. So now we'll install the bottom pocket there, and then those pocket systems will be ready to install onto the wallet back. So now we'll go ahead and put these in place, and as you can see, we're just going to mark that where the top edge of that is, just so we know where to stop our glue, because we will glue each pocket system in place along the outer edge. Don't glue it all the way down. We're just going to glue along the edge of it. Now our glue is dried just a little bit, so it's nice and tacky, so now we'll just install these. Try to get these as flush and square as you can along your edge there. If you have a little bit of overhang on those, that'd be fine. You can trim that off later. Then we'll be ready to sew this wallet up. So now we're going to put our gauge down there on our Cobra Class 26 from Leather Machine Co. And I'm sewing this with 1/38 thread, and we'll sew around the wallet. We've got it sewn and the wallet is pretty well done. Now we just got to do our edge work. So we'll sand, edge, and slick and put some dye on this, and this wallet will be ready to go. All right, so that's making a compact card wallet is what we're calling it. These things are really fun to make. They're really simple to make. They don't take long at all. I can usually put one of these together fairly quickly. So making, just sitting down and maybe tooling up 6 or 7 of them and then putting them all together at one time is much faster than trying to do them one at a time because they go together so easily. The one thing to remember is you don't have to have a bell knife skiver to do the T-pockets on this wallet, but it does make them nicer. But it is a good opportunity on a small project like this to practice your skiving or your edge beveling kind of technique with whatever blade you're going to use. Whatever your preference is, it's a good opportunity on a project like this that isn't very big. Go ahead and start practicing those skills and working on that. Remember, we do have a pattern pack for this project as we do with every one of our project videos. I'd like to remind you this is an 8.5 by 11 pattern sheets. So you can get the digital download of this if you'd like and print it out on your own printer and save yourself the printing cost as well as the shipping cost. It's very easy to just go ahead and print this out on your own printer at home, and you'll have what you need to go ahead and make one of these wallets. We also have material packs for these in limited quantities at this moment. As we get a better supply of goat skins and things like that, that will change. But as far as the backs, we do have dies and everything for all the pieces of this, including the back. So you may see some of those on there without interiors if we do run out of goat skin and stuff like that. But fun little project, nice and easy, makes great Christmas gifts, great Father's Day gifts, things like that. Wallets are very popular. Everybody really likes a good quality, smaller wallet that'll last, that's out of good quality material. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you'll give one of these a shot, and we'll see y'all in the next project video.